My name is Robert Solterbeck. I was born and raised on a farm in Idaho and went in the Navy Seabees in February of 1942 as a young man of 20. I volunteered. The Navy decided that they need to organize a branch of combat engineers, and that was what we eventually became. We moved from island to island. We ended up on Attu, which the Japanese had occupied. We managed to help the 7th Army Infantry Division to clarify that situation and move them off of the islands. After our 13-month tour up there, we came back to the state, went out on another tour into the Pacific. I stayed with the Department of Defense for almost 30 years. I went to Korea as an advisor in engineer supply and maintenance to the Korean Army, helped get the ROK 1st Division ready to go down to Vietnam. From there, I came back to Okinawa in 1968, after leaving there in 1945, and was on Okinawa for about 7 years during the Vietnamese campaigns. I was in charge of the Heavy Equipment Maintenance Battalion repair shop. I got promoted and came to Sharp Army Depot in California, close to Stockton, and my job title was equipment manager. As equipment manager, I owned all of the equipment that was on the base, and I stayed there 3 years. I was promoted again and sent to Red River Army Depot at Texarkana, Texas. I was chief of depot shops that had all the maintenance shops on the base. I stayed there till 1982 when I had 30 years in service and then retired. I went to work for a power company. We were going to handle 3 million plus tons of coal a year. I had to hire the entire crew and buy all the equipment. I retired from that job in 1992 after working there for 10 years, and I stayed retired that time. I've always thought that I had to be as good as I could be. I've had a lot of people say, well, how did you adapt to all of these jobs? I said, well, I always figured that every job was an opportunity and a challenge. And I have an old motto that comes from my Seabee days. And the motto is, the hard we do immediately, the impossible takes just a little longer.